50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 580. Tonight is Friday, October 24th, 2025. And kid, you're right, the Vikings might stink. It might stink.
It was a bad performance. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect 37-10. I did expect a Chargers victory, but still, Carson Wentz looked bad. The running game looked worse.
I was gonna ask you, hey, if you think JJ won't do better than that,
that's the thing. I think JJ is gonna show up in the fourth quarter because he's shown that a couple of times. He's gonna show up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But could he play better through the first three? That's yet to be proven. So I think next game, if JJ is healthy, though, if he's ready to go, I think you got to put him back in because this was, these previous games, Carson Wentz looked okay. He put you in winnable spots. Yesterday, there were never a chance the Vikings was going to win this game.
No, it was actually really bad. I saw the funniest meme. I think someone got pushed out of bounds on the Vikings sideline and went right into JJ, and he hopped and jumped right over that, and they said, yeah, sprained ankle.
He's good. I thought he was good.
I thought of you, and I said, yeah, he might be benched. I was crying.
Still, last week when I saw him fully uniformed, and I think it was a ball that went his way, I was like, yeah.
All jokes aside, though, Carson Wentz is some ass. The offensive line wasn't helping. He was taking big hits.
Yeah.
He was taking big hits. And they were getting frustrated. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. I mean, TJ Hawkinson can't have 2 catches. I mean,
he can't have 3 targets.
Yeah,
let's start there.
The thing. And they couldn't run the ball either because they were down so much. And every time it was a 3 and out, and then they missed the field goal at the end. Like that blew all the momentum going into the second half. And the Chargers, I'm higher than you, and I think most people. But when everything is clicking for Justin Herbert, I genuinely believe with my whole heart he's a top 5 quarterback. He is just fantastic. And wait till the offensive line gets a little better. I mean, I worry about Minnesota's defense. They're not playing good at all right now. And Justin Herbert threw for 227 yards. Vidal, man, he's good. I like that kid. 23 carries, 117 yards. He had a touchdown. The tight end, Gadsden, the second, we hit on his prop, over 42 yards. He had 5 catches for 77 yards. He has more receiving yards this season than Colston Loveland. And he's only played like 2 games, this kid. So, I think he was drafted in like the 5th or 6th round. But yeah, kid, this is a great win for them. They moved to 5-3, and they needed this win.
Yeah, I agree with you. When everything's aligned, the running game is there. The defense is doing their part. The wide receivers are there on the outside. Justin Herbert can't play like a top 5 quarterback. It's just, I don't think he does it consistent enough to be mentioned as a top 5 quarterback. But the talent is there. There's no denying it. We saw it with his arm. We saw it with his legs. Still 62 yards on the ground. That's pretty damn good if you ask me. He was damn near perfect yesterday. Let's just be honest. 18 for 25, 227, 3 tutties. Honestly, he threw the 1 pick, but there was 200 yards on the ground. Ladd McConkey had that nice touchdown. Like you said, the rookie, Godson, the second, he had a nice touchdown. Keenan Allen was involved. The only downside was my boy Quentin Johnson didn't get not even a target, not even a catch.
The first half I said, is this man playing?
I got him starting in one league. I got a big fat 0. He was definitely starting. He was definitely playing, Dill. But the fact that he was able to score 37 points, I understand Minnesota defense is a little lackluster right now, but that's still Brian Flores on the opposite side. I'm gonna say that's a pretty good, solid defense. The fact that he was able to perform at that level without one of your main targets, giving you a big fat 37 points still. I didn't expect that. I know you didn't expect that at all. And you're higher than the Chargers than I am. So I think it was just a great game plan by Harbaugh after a tough loss last week against the Colts. He bounced back at home, and I'm gonna be honest, it was a dominating performance.
I was just gonna say they got their ass kicked.
The game was over at half.
It was over. It was over. And I know one player doesn't make a huge difference, but Alex Van Ginkel, he's the heart and soul of this defense, and he's been out. I think that really hurts the middle of the field, stopping the run. 29 first downs to 12. 3 for 11 on third down for the Vikings. 419 total yards to 164. You're not going to win like that. 207 yards on the ground to 34. And they had 8 penalties. So,
real quick, the majority of that came in 3 quarters.
So on one end, you're getting your ass beat and you can't move the ball. And then you shoot yourself in the foot with 8 penalties. You only had the ball for 20 minutes. I mean, I know they're in a tough division, but man, they are not playing good right now at all.
You can make the case the way how good the division is playing at 3-4. The season is up in the air these next couple of weeks, though.
Yeah, 100%.
There's going to be at least 2 teams from the AFC North, if maybe 3. Because, the NFC West got enough to say, too. There's going to be that 5, 6, 7 seed in the NFC is going to go to the AFC West and the AFC North. Vikings, I think the season might be over.
That's crazy because look who they have next. They have the Lions on the road.
Oh shit. And then they're going to have Chicago again. They're going to have Green Bay again.
Those are the next 4. They play at the Lions, at home against the Ravens, who just got healthy, who they need every win. Then they play the Bears at home, and then they play the Packers on the road.
See, one AFC North fade is looking good. Me, take the Vikings under. Everybody else, I also did take under as well. So 1 out of 4 is not bad.
I think the Vikings are at a crossroads, though. Like they have a real quarterback issue.
Real quick, finish your statement, then I'm gonna give you mine.
No, I was just gonna say they need to make up their mind on what they need to do. They already know they fucked up and let Sammy D and Daniel Jones go. Probably playing like 2 top 5 quarterbacks right now, and I think for Kevin O'Connell, he's so smart and could draw a great scheme that he thought he could form and mold JJ into that.
Yeah, I agree with 100%. Though the fact that right now you're a 3-4 team, you have a huge question mark at the quarterback position. Your starting your potential franchise starting quarterback. We saw how he looked the first 2 weeks of the season, though it wasn't good. Let's just be honest. And he's also dealing with an ankle injury. And the guy that's starting right now had arguably his worst game of the season, though. And you have 2 quarterbacks that were in your locker room last season, you let them walk for nothing. One of those quarterbacks are 5-2, tied for first place for the NFC South, and the other team is in first overall seed in the AFC in Dan Jones and Indianapolis Colts. So you got Sammy D walk out of there, who led you to a 14-win season, by the way. You let him walk for nothing. Daniel Jones, don't get me wrong, Daniel Jones did not look good last season as a New York Giant. I agree. I stand on that. But let's not forget, he did have a playoff win now in Minnesota, Dale. So the fact that you can make the case 2 playoff caliber quarterbacks walk for nothing, and you put your hat on J.J. McCarthy, Dale, Kevin O'Connell is a hell of a coach. But if this was solely his decision, that's a fireable offense.
Definitely has to. I don't know if it's a fireable offense just because
you let 2 potential playoff quarterbacks walk for nothing.
I just think he got too cute for his own liking. I'm
gonna say it wasn't solely his decision.
No, I agree.
I think I'm gonna be honest. He will be a fool, in my opinion, if he didn't want to keep Sammy D at least somewhat. He just won 14 games with him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he just got too cute. I think it was part because he has come out and they've coddled JJ. I'm a JJ McCarthy fan, as everyone knows, but I even agree, like, they coddled him a little bit. And let's be honest, like, I'll call a spade a spade. He looks good. And if you out there jumping over guys that fall off on the sideline,
Yeah, exactly.
you're good enough to get me some snaps.
All I'm
Like,
saying is, if you're suited, like Puka Nakua in London, he was out with an injury. He was in a tracksuit, Bill. JJ McCarthy was suited and booted. He was mic'd up, shoulder pads on, cleats on. He's ready to go.
that shit's crazy.
There's a difference.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough look. They got some things to turn around, and like
You think Brock Purdy is gonna be suited this weekend? No. JJ was.
Yeah, no, I agree. We'll see. They got some decisions to make, and like we just laid it out a few minutes ago, the schedule does not get easier. It gets a little harder. So, they got some buckling up to do, and let's get back to work. That's all I gotta say. Let's go to the NBA. Another overtime game, though. I don't know if you caught it. Double OT. Shea dropped 50-5. Holy shit. Aaron Wiggins actually had a pretty good game as well. AJ Mitchell, 26 off the bench for him as well. Mathurin, 36, and Pascal Siakam had 36. Obi, I miss Obi. I ain't gonna hold you. He's in New York. I'm not gonna lie. Obi's a New Yorker. He's from Brooklyn. I missed him, man. He had 20. I'm glad to see he's doing good. And Ben Shepherd, he'll hit some threes for you. He had 15 points off the bench, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy that they lost.
That's crazy. Dale, I'm gonna be honest. It's been a great start to the NBA season. I understand we got some.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. On the court,
okay.
Great start to the NBA season. Off the court with these FBI information, not the greatest start for the NBA season. But I think Shea,
he picked up right where he left off.
Yeah, he started slow both games.
Yeah.
But way to finish. Way to lead his team to victory. I'm going to be honest, though. That wasn't a performance. I think that was his career high as well.
Yeah.
Wiggins had a good game. Mitchell, like you said, had 26 off the bench. Chet Holmgren with 0 for 6 on the 3-point line. He was all right. Did give you 12 boards, so you could live with that. Obi, like you said, Toppin had 20 points. He went 0 for 8 from the 3-point line. He had a couple of those threes.
Yeah.
Indiana wins this game, so this is like what I went back to when we were talking about with the future. So even without Tyrese Halliburton, I still think the Pacers are a very good team, and we saw it against the defending champs last night. Pascal Siakam, big game. Mathurin, big game. I know Nembhard and Neesmith didn't show up, but we know both those guys could ball. Look at Obi off the bench, Shepherd off the bench. So I think this team will be just fine. I still think they're a playoff caliber team, but we know they're not, contenders without Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, SGA career high 55 points. And that Aaron Wiggins 3 in double OT, it kind of sealed it for them. But to your point earlier, both games starting slow, and I think it's not his game. He's shooting a lot of threes, which isn't SGA's game. If you know, he loves to get to his left. He loves that mid-range shot, that little step back. That shit is fucking lethal. I'm not gonna lie.
He's involved in this game, though. Let's not forget. Remember Anthony Edwards? He was just a high flyer. Came onto this team, and what did he do last season? Though he led the NBA in 3-pointers made. Who would have thought? Maybe Shea's trying to step up.
Yeah, and then we got the Warriors. They won 137-131.
This was another great performance. Though.
What a game from Steph.
Yeah, Aaron Gordon as well. Aaron Gordon gave him the 50 burger, 10 3-pointers. He was doing his best.
He was 10 for 11.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Not me.
Shout out Aaron Gordon, 17 for 21. I understand this is a Steph Curry game, but Denver looked okay. They look good. I like
Jokic
what I saw.
Had a triple double.
Yeah, I like what I saw from the Denver Nuggets. It's just the first game of the season for them. And Steph Curry. We couldn't get there with the over game 1, but I should have took
over this.
I should have took his over for game 2. Steph Curry's just being Steph. Those monster threes he was hitting, though, he's just phenomenal. He's the greatest shooter of all time. And everybody, the whole starting five was in double digits. I like what I've been seeing first two games from Jonathan Kuminga. I think he's the X factor. If Jonathan Kuminga could be that consistent third offensive option for this Golden State team, I think health and him being consistent makes him a contender in the West. If they don't have health and him being a consistent third scoring option, I don't think they could go all the way.
Yeah, 2-0 for the Golden State Warriors, so it was really nice to see Jimmy Butler, another good game. Draymond, I thought, had a good game. Yeah, Steph, it was Steph's game, but I think the Denver Nuggets, they need more out of their bench. Tim Hardaway had 10 points, but outside of that, Jonas Valanciunas gave you 8 points. Bruce Brown, where were you? You won a ring. Where were you? You gave him 4 points. I think what ultimately set it away was when Steph, he had 16 straight points in the fourth quarter to bring them back and to win the game. He went crazy. They could not stop him in the fourth quarter. He went absolutely fucking crazy. And they only shot 76% from the free throw line. Like, they could have won by even more. Denver shot 93% from the free throw line. And they shot 40% from beyond the arc. Well, Aaron Gordon did. Aaron Gordon was OD.
He shot 90 plus.
Yeah, he was insane. But I think we got to get to it. But it like you said, it was a great thing. It was a great product that we're seeing. And honestly, I've loved what I saw on the court so far from the players. But Thursday morning. Yeah. Thursday morning, Shams hits us with the tweet with Chauncey Billups being arrested, Scary Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones. Damon Jones was arrested as well. Federal charges. I mean, we saw even when Porter's brother from the Raptors, when he got arrested with the sports gambling, you never see the director of FBI making a press conference. So it was the whole sports gambling bust. And I laid out some key things, just not to go over everything. But, obviously I named the 3 guys that were arrested. There are actually 30 individuals that were arrested, 13 mafia members. And the case involved La Costa Nostra. It's the Italian mafia. And charges include illegal gambling, wire fraud, extortion. And I think the main thing that you should understand is that there are 2 separate indictments. The first 6 defendants accused of participating in a sports corruption scheme that exploited insider information, involved NBA players and teams. The defendants leveraged their connection to place prop bets based on confidential insider information, winning tens of thousands of dollars. So Terry Rozier said, "Hey, I'm gonna bet my under. I'm gonna call out, or I'm gonna come out with a hamstring injury with 9 minutes." Then they would go to Terry Rozier's house and count the money. That is wicked.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. This is all alleged, but they're cooked. And then the second indictment, which I think is where Chauncey Billups is involved, is 31 defendants charged with participating in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. The FBI said they used high-tech cheating technologies to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games, and they were secretly fixed. They had machines that would read it, I guess, and they had sunglasses that would read it. So the 2 cases are separate, but they are overlapping defendants, and one obviously is Damon Jones. One today, Kevin Garnett is in the indictment today. He was a part of the poker game as well. His name got caught up today as well. So I don't know, man. I really don't know what to say from all this. I think it's a bad look for the NBA, if I'm being honest.
Definitely a bad look for the NBA. Am I surprised that multiple NBA players, play card games or gamble on the side? No, they're millionaires who are competitive. They have competitive nature. Not surprised that they gamble. Now, if you're going to gamble like Terry Rozier allegedly, taking his under, like Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, like Malik Beasley, who's still a free agent, that's different. Now you're frauding the game. You're shaving points.
Yeah.
I guess and it's not a laughing matter. I know I just laughed, but like you're ruining the integrity of the NBA. You know, so
I low-key don't want to bet on the NBA right now.
I haven't. I took the day off. I didn't even look at the board. To me, it is what it is. Like with the Chauncey Billups thing.
That's stupid. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, though, you can't have a hobby. I understand he was scamming. You know, I've seen that he had like these shades or whatever that was show the numbers of the cards. The table was like a James Bond table. It was like I don't know.
There was technology that someone was on Pat McAfee's show and they said they had the technology where they knew the second hand would win, the third hand would win.
Yeah, exactly. So they were definitely scheming and committing some type of fraud. But in my humble opinion, you know, gambling cards, playing cards to a bunch of rich people, I think it's just a hobby. But when you're defrauding / scamming someone while playing the game, I can see why there's a crime there.
It's kind of insane that the mafia, the Italian mafia, had a NBA head coach in their pocket. He was the front guy.
Not insane, Joe. So it's the mafia. Let's not forget the
I guess it's insane in my opinion. I guess it's insane because you're a Hall of Famer. Your legacy is set in the NBA. You make millions of dollars. Why would you risk your life? Risk your family's life? They could take your Hall of Fame away.
They'll, you know where I come from. All I'm gonna say is it's never enough. It's never enough.
That's a problem.
It's not a problem.
Yeah,
it's just never enough.
Look, you end up there.
I know, but you know, all I'm gonna say is it's a fucked up situation. There's no doubt about it. I'm not trying to justify it. Not trying to justify it at all. All I'm gonna say is a lot of these rich players do play cards. Not all of them, but if you are defrauding or scamming for millions of dollars, that's it. That's a crime. No way around it.
Yeah, and if everything is true that Cash Patel and the FBI wind up, there's thousands of pages of documents, and apparently Cash Patel said they have thousands of video footage as well.
When the FBI is involved like this, what was the Tony not Dungy? Shout out Tony Dungy.
Oh, the referee who was shaving points on AI. But that's the thing. When he did that, you didn't see the FBI get involved.
This was what, 20 years ago. Now, this is a much brighter scheme. So it's going to be interesting how everything plays out. Like I said, hopefully everything's just alleged. But with Chauncey and Damon Jones' perspective, like I said, I'm not surprised that millionaires are gambling thousands, if not millions of dollars. I'm not surprised.
No, but I think there's a big difference between gambling millions of dollars
and scamming.
And then scamming and ruining the game.
Yeah. If you're scamming, like I said, I'm not justifying it that you're committing a crime.
Yeah, and I also think like if they wind up, they'll have their day in court, like Cash Patel said. So when they do, they'll have their attorney and everything. So once they do, and
Chauncey's already out. Chauncey's out.
Yeah, he had to sell his house on bail. Once they have their day in court and they do wind up going behind bars, they're cooked. They're never going to be around basketball again, which they shouldn't. And the thing you talked about, Porter, there's a big difference between him shaving points, who's on a 2-way contract, than Terry Rozier, who's on a $27 million contract. Like there is a big difference.
Or an NBA head coach.
Exactly.
Who literally has the decisions on who to play and not to play.
Yeah. So when I'm Italian. Say I have this allegedly. Say I have family members, and I'm like, hey, Elvis, there's a chance you could play poker tonight at my place with Chauncey Billups, with Kevin Garnett, and you have tens of millions of dollars. You're like, hey, fuck it, even though I know it's fixed, and you're gonna, like that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, and I don't know. I kind of go to the point where I don't want to make it political, but Stephen A, I thought, had a really good point where he was just like, he's trying to tell y'all. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that Cash Patel and everyone raided the hotels in Chauncey's house the day after the opening night. I don't think that's a coincidence. This has been a 2 to 4 year investigation. They were making a statement, because the headline the next day should have been, wow, Wembanyama and how great the NBA was, which it was. To your point earlier, the product on the court has been amazing. But now the story is illegal activity, the mafia, scheming, wire fraud. It's not, they're making a statement, I think, the government.
I'm gonna be honest with Stephen A's take. He could be right. You know, I agree with you with one thing. It is a coincidence with the timing. You know, the day after the NBA debuts, the full debut when everybody plays. You know, the timing of it was a little rough, but this thing that they've been investigating this for years.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the timing is a little suspicious, but if they've been investigating for years, though, this Trump wasn't in office years ago. So
no, I know, yeah. It goes back to when Biden was in office.
Yeah, so clearly there's been going on. I agree with you. The timing's a little fishy.
And I also don't understand. The last thing I want to say, I guess I also don't understand how the NBA cleared Terry Rozier.
I was hearing that the NBA had their own investigations, and I think the NBA. This is my opinion, people. Just for the record, this is my opinion. They had their own investigations, and I think they let Scary go, they let Malik go, and I honestly believe the main reason why Malik Beasley is still free agent, he's one of the best point shooters in the NBA. People, let's not forget that, is because they knew he was guilty. And instead of saying, "Oh, we have players gambling in the NBA," they just blackballed them from not being able to sign with a team. And I think with Scary Rozier, he was already under contract, so they can't really do that to him. But he was sitting out, though. He wasn't playing, if you noticed that, on opening night. He was a cold sit out. Mm-hmm. So I'm not sure. That's just my theory. I think the NBA did the investigations. They found what they found, and they weren't ready to expose their own players / league. They weren't ready for that blowback.
From what Shams reported, the NBA had no idea Cash Patel and the FBI were coming down on everything the next day, or even got a whiff of it. So they had no idea. And from what I've understood and read about, when you get investigated by the NBA, you don't have to answer to them at all. Yes, you might not get a contract or might not be reinstated, but
they're not the cops. They're not the feds.
You legally do not have to answer anything. You don't have to give them their phone, your phone. You don't have to do anything. But when the Southeast District Attorney's Office and the federal government knock on your door, you have to answer. And I was telling you on the phone from like my little stunt in law school and researching, they are the most successful district attorney's office in the world. They have a 99% win rate. So
they're going to get something.
They're going to get something.
You're going to plead to something. You're going to plead to something.
Yeah. So, I mean, and they're not going to arrest you if they don't have concrete evidence.
They're not going to have a press conference if they don't have concrete evidence.
Yeah, it was crazy, but I'd be worried. Like, honestly, like, I'm not a conspiracy guy, but like, when Stephen A was talking, like it made sense. Like he's coming. Like everyone was trying to dance on his grave and throw him in jail, and and they make a big stink about this halftime show. Like you and I don't care, but like people are making a big fuss about it, and I don't know. I think it's just a tip of the iceberg. Honestly, I really do. Like I don't think this is the last thing we're going to hear about it, and these three athletes are the last we're going to hear about it. So it's crazy. Well, they'll have their day in court, but it's been a wild, like 48 hours in the NBA. Mm-hmm. So, all right, kid, enough of that. Let's get into some NFL. But before we do that, we have a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. So no wonder why Viva was voted number 1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, only 4.5, very light ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching NFL Sunday, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Week 8 in the NFL. They finally did it better. We got 7 games in the 1 p.m. slate, 3-game late window. And kid, I think that's the best way.
7-3 now. I'd rather 6-4.
Well, people are on
buys.
No
9 o'clock game.
Yeah.
No, you know.
I don't mind it, honestly. I don't mind the 7-3. But we'll start. Oh, yeah, there's no place better to start. Let's go to Carolina. The Carolina Panthers hosting the Buffalo Bills. Bills laying 7.5 here at home. Minus 400 on the money line. Carolina plus 315. Total is at 46.5. Bills coming off their bye. And Elvis, Bills don't do a good job stopping the run, and that's exactly what the Panthers want to do. Give me Carolina plus 7.5. Crazy non-conference road spot. The Bills should not be laying 7.5 points. Are we even sure the Bills are good? I think that's a legitimate question, though. Joshua Palmer's still out. Defense is not good. They've given up 116 yards on the ground per game. That's exactly what the Panthers do, and that's how they're going to win this game. They're live. Andy Dalton is playing. He's an upgrade from Bryce Young, and I think the biggest factor here is this is a classic look-ahead spot for the Bills. Who do the Bills play next week, Elvis?
I haven't checked. I'm going to assume somebody good. I'm going to say the Chiefs.
The Chiefs. Ding, 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 ding. They are not worried about the Panthers. This is where the Panthers catch them sleeping. Panthers plus 7.5. They are alive, too, at home.
It's hard to disagree. You know, one thing I can say, Buffalo is coming off a bye week after back-to-back losses. Are they due for a win or are they due for a win? I do believe they win this game, but would I lay 7.5 with the Buffalo Bills on the road against an undefeated at-home Carolina team? Absolutely not, though. I'm with you. I would take the 7.5 with the Panthers. I do think the Bills do win this game, but are the Panthers live? Are the Panthers undefeated at home? Yes. So I do think they are live, though. Give me the 7.5 with the Panthers.
Is Andy Dalton an upgrade from Bryce Young?
If you would have asked me this 3 weeks ago, yes, but Bryce Young has won 3 straight games. I understand Bryce Young has won 3 straight games. I gotta at least give him that. Do I think Red Rifle?
Usually when his first start, he's good.
Yeah. But do I think the Red Rifle is a little more competitive? Absolutely. But I can't deny that Bryce Young has improved this season. He's improved.
Yeah, maybe. He didn't look the best against the Jets. The Jets are just so bad, I think. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're on the Panthers here. And I'll say this: if the Panthers win, Bills are beating the Chiefs. They're not gonna lose 3 games in a row. That's just
4 games.
4, yeah. All right, let's go to the next game. We'll go to let's go to the jungle. Cincinnati Bengals hosting the New York Jets. Bengals laying 6.5 here on the money line. Minus 295 for the Bengals, plus 240 for the Jets. Total is at 44.5. Jets looking ahead towards their bye. Boy, they fucking need it. Bengals coming off their mini bye. They played on Thursday. Jets don't even know who's playing quarterback, apparently, for them. Aaron Glenn's trying to hold a competitive advantage. They have no advantage. This guy's a fucking joke. Garrett Wilson out. Sauce Gardner out. Trey Hendrickson probably will play, they said. I usually don't like laying the big number here with the Bengals, but like I said, the Jets are unbettable. They might not be able to score a touchdown. Aaron Glenn might be a fraud as well. So, yeah, give me the Bengals minus 6.5.
It's hard to disagree with you. That's what I'm gonna say. It's hard to disagree with you, Dale. I'm gonna just stay away. I understand we saw Joe Flacco look pretty good, and Cincinnati offense was rolling on Thursday night last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do I think they're gonna replicate that? Absolutely not. But would I be shocked if they take care of the Jets at home? Absolutely not. They'll Jets are due for a win, but right now
No, they're not. They can't win to save their life.
they're due for a win, Dale. Right now, huge question mark at the quarterback. We don't know who's in the starter, and you can make the case that two best players on the field are out in Sauce and Garrett Wilson. So,
Ahmad, his name's not Sauce, please.
I'm gonna just stay away. I would say I guess lean the 6.5, 6 with Cincinnati, but I'm gonna just stay away.
Oh, kid, they're unbettable. Please don't.
I'm not betting them.
No, I know. Don't ever bet on the Jets, please. I don't. You work hard. You long hours. Please, you're trying to fix your car. I just don't want you to lose your money, please.
I will not bet on the Jets. Still,
Let's go to
this year, and that's it.
Let's go to Baltimore. Ravens hosting the Chicago Bears. Ravens laying 7, minus 355 on the money line, plus 285 for the Bears. Total is at 49.5. Ravens coming off their bye. Lamar's been practicing. It looks like he will give it a go. And I think the market is telling you that. And this might be a good spot here for the Ravens to bounce back. You got guys back in the lineup. Roquan Smith is practicing. Kyle Hamilton is practicing. I think this is a good game to get your run game going with Derrick Henry as well. Chicago's not good against the run. And when Lamar is playing and the team is healthy, they put up a lot of points. Now, the defense is still bad. I think you're going to outline that, but I'm going to take Lamar Jackson 10 out of 10 times over Caleb Williams and probably twice on Sunday. I'm going to lay the points here with Baltimore. I think the market is telling you that as well. Yeah, give me the Ravens.
The Ravens are due for a bounce back. Coming off a bye week, Lamar Jackson is back. But who am I to consider laying 7 points for what I've been seeing from the Baltimore Ravens and that defense? If the defense is healthier, I will lay the 7 here, Dill. But I gotta see it to believe it, Dill. I think it's a great teaser spot for the Bears. You could tease them up. If you want to take the 7.5, I like that too. Don't get me wrong. The Bears have been competitive this season, Dill. They're 4-2. I think they won 4 straight games at that. I have faith in the Ravens, but I gotta see that defense to believe in that defense. So I kind of would like the over. I'll lean the over 49.5. And I kind of like the Bears plus the points still.
All right. Let's go to New England. The first place Patriots. Yep, a little respect on you guys. First place Patriots with Drake May leading the charge. Laying 7 here at home, minus 360 on the money line, plus 290 for the Browns. Total is at 40.5. I'll let you lead this one off, kid. What do you got?
We're back at home after 3 straight road wins still. Now we got the Cleveland Browns. I think it's a very winnable game. We are laying 7 here. Do we deserve to lay 7? Absolutely right. But am I a little concerned about that defense? Yeah, still. Do I think Dylan Gabriel has any chance of outplaying Drake May? Absolutely not. Give me the New England Patriots here. If you want to tease them down to -1, I think that's great as well. I have no problem laying the 7 as well, Dill. Give me the Patriots -7. Hopefully it's a blowout, but I have respect for that Cleveland defense. Wouldn't be surprised if they make it a little interesting.
All right, Browns looking ahead towards their bye next week, and I guess the only concern I have betting this game is Myles Garrett and this defense being able to make a play or two on Drake May, but I got to give credit where it's due. Drake May's been playing really well this year, top 5 quarterback, I think, this year so far through 7 weeks, and I just think we need to fade the Browns here after a big win last week. On the road after a win is an automatic fade for me and the Browns. Browns are playing their 5th road game in 8 weeks. That's horrible. I just can't back the Browns on the road. We talk about it every week. We want to back the Browns at home, not on the road, not against a Drake May team who's playing really well. I'll lay the 7 here with the Patriots. Let's go down south to Houston, where the Texans are hosting the San Francisco 49ers. This is a really good game, kid. Texans laying 2.5, minus 142 on the money line, plus 120 for the 49ers. Total is at 41.5. Texans only playing their third home game this season. I thought that was really interesting. I know I was on the wrong side last week with this 49ers team, but
But
yeah, that I think with D'Amico Ryan, he has a long history under the Kyle Shanahan tree. He knows Robert Saleh. And this 49er team is riddled with injuries still. And I just think the Texans will be able to cause Mac Jones some fits. They got 3 turnovers on Monday night and still lost. I think the defense is going to do a great job here against the 49ers. I just think the 49ers are getting way too much respect with a backup quarterback who is not good. The public is all over the Niners. Yes, backing the Texans is worrisome, especially with CJ Stroud and how up and down that offense has been, but I'm going to take the 49ers. They're going to throw the kitchen sink at them. I'll take the home team. I'll lay the 2.5 here with Texans.
Still, give me the opposite side. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. I understand they are dealing with injuries. I understand Mac Jones is the backup quarterback, but what have you seen from CJ Stroud to say I can make the case Mac Jones has been outplaying CJ Stroud in the games he's been starting? They didn't look good last week. San Francisco has been competitive. CMC's been playing like a top 5 running back. No Nico Collins from the Houston Texans, so that worries one. Your biggest weapon on the outside is going to be out for the game. Who's going to step up for the Houston Texans? No Christian Kirk as well. It's going to be interesting who on the outside could step up there without Nico. Give me the San Francisco 49ers on the road, plus 120 on the money line. Kyle Shanahan, D'Amico Ryan, I think it will be a great coaching matchup. I think Kyle Shanahan will be able to outcoach him. Give me the 49ers on the road.
Yeah, they know each other very well, so I think he's going to want to try to prove it to Kyle Shanahan. You know how Kyle Shanahan comes out of the gate? He loves to try to prove people wrong, so should be a really good game, I think, in the 1 o'clock window. Let's go to the Dome. Let's go down to the ATL. Atlanta Falcons hosting the Miami Dolphins. Falcons laying 7.5 here at home, minus 420 on the money line, plus 330 for the Fins. Total is at 44.5. I'll keep this one short and sweet. I mean, this one was kind of easy. Back-to-back road spots here for the Dolphins. They're looking ahead towards Thursday night against the Ravens. Falcons back home where you want to back them. And I just think this is a perfect spot to take the Falcons. Some Bijan Robinson props as well. Maybe look, it's a little tease to the props, but Dolphins cannot stop the run to save their life. So I'm all over the Falcons here. I think I know Michael Penix is questionable, but I think he will give it a go, and I think they blow out the Dolphins.
Yeah, I usually, stay away from laying these big numbers. But I'm going to lay here at home with the Atlanta Falcons. Miami's just a bad team. Let's just be honest. It's a bad defense. And offensively, we saw Tua get benched last week. So I think Michael Penix Jr. is coming from that loss, now back at home, Dill. I think they bounce back and they cruise to victory. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a double-digit win here. Give me Atlanta. I'm going to say Atlanta 27-17. 27-17 Atlanta Falcons.
All right, last game on the 1 o'clock window. We will head up north on I-95, and we'll head to the link. The Philadelphia Eagles hosting the New York Giants. Eagles laying 7 here at home, minus 355 on the money line, plus 285 for the G-men. Total 43.5. Obviously, these two teams played each other a couple weeks, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
I don't like that. Like, they got to space it out. They just played each other. Giants, they're also on a back-to-back road spot as well. Eagles looking ahead towards their bye. This is going to be a much different matchup, kid. Jalen Carter will play in this matchup, and I think the Eagles got right after that Giants loss. It kind of woke something up from them. I think they're extremely motivated after losing. I just can't see this Eagles team losing twice to the Giants. They need this game for the division. I think Jalen Hurts will be able to throw against this secondary as well. And, it's it's going to be a different defense that the Giants and Dart are going to face here. Jalen Carter wasn't up front. He will be there. Mitchell, one of their corners, was out. He is going to be a go as well. So this is an extremely motivated and better defense that I think the Eagles are going to put out onto the field. They need this game. I'll lay the 7 here with the Eagles.
Yeah, I want to keep this short and sweet. There's no way in hell the Eagles lose both games to the Giants in a matter of 3 weeks. I think, they got humbled on that Thursday night game against Jackson Dart and Brian Dable. And I think they're going to come out firing at the link this Sunday. Rivalry game. They got embarrassed a couple of weeks ago. I think they try to embarrass the New York Giants tomorrow. Lay the 7.5 here. Great teaser spot as well. Like I said, they're not going to lose back-to-back games to the New York Giants, especially at the link. And no A.J. Brown is ruled out. I do like Saquon Barkley over 16.5 receiving yards. I think that's a low number. Wouldn't be surprised if the number shoots up come this weekend because the A.J. Brown news just happened a couple hours ago. So I do like Saquon. I think he'll be a little more involved offensively against his former team.
Oh, I had no idea is he ruled out?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Nico Collins is ruled out. AJ.
Oh yeah, well he had a concussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cam Jurgens is out as well.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's out. Ricky Pearsall's out. So.
Yeah, I knew about those. I didn't know about AJ Brown.
Yeah,
that doesn't matter.
It probably happened like 5 something.
Okay, that doesn't move my handicap. All right, let's go to the late window. Like I said, 3-game late window, and we will start. Where do you want to start? Let's start at the Bayou. New Orleans Saints hosting the Tampa Bay Bucks. Bucks laying 4.5 here on the road, -210 on the money line, +176 for the Saints. Total is 46.5. Yeah, I like the Bucks here off of a loss. I know they're hurt, but the Saints are without their starting tight end, and I just think Vita Vea, he is a fucking monster up front, and I think he could have a really big game. Baker, 12-4 ATS coming off of a loss. I know people like the Saints. I think they're kind of frisky as well, but I just don't trust the defense right here for New Orleans. Even at home, I think Baker's going to get right and have himself a really good game. Give me the Bucks. I'll lay the 4.5 here.
Give me the Tampa Bay Bucks on the road against the Saints. Divisional matchup a week before their bye. Tough loss, embarrassing loss, I'll be honest. Up in Detroit. I think they get right against a divisional foe on the road. I think Baker Mayfield bounces back, has a MVP-ish type game, nice bounce back game, and I think they get healthy right in time for the bye week, and it's going to be interesting how they come back from that bye week. But give me Tampa Bay -4.5 on the road.
All right, let's go to the second game. First seed in the AFC, the Indianapolis Colts, laying 14.5 points against the Tennessee Titans. I mean, I'm not even going to say the money line, but if you want to take a sprinkle on the Titans, +810, total is 46.5. This is a huge number, man, really big. But Cam Ward is not good. I'm off of him as well. And I know this stat. I saw the stat earlier today, Elvis. Jonathan Taylor has 11 touchdowns this season. Do you know how many touchdowns?
Oh, wait, 11?
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor himself?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Do you know how many the Titans have through 7 weeks?
Definitely not 11. I'm going to say they did get a pick 6 defensively. So all touchdowns, right?
Oh, yeah, total.
7.
6. That's pretty bad.
Yes.
And let's be honest, it might not have all been Will Levis's fault. Hand up, it might not be Will Levis's fault, but let's be honest. This is the cap. The Titans can't stop Jonathan Taylor. They might have quit on the season. Give me the Colts. I'm done with Tennessee. They're unbettable as well.
Yeah, last week you saw the Kansas City Chiefs be a 14.5 favorite last week, and I was like, yo, that's too many points, and it wasn't enough points. 14.5 points might not be enough. Am I going to bet it? Absolutely not. But 14.5 might not be enough points for once again. So it's a damn shame. I never do this. I will lay the 14.5 with the Indianapolis Colts.
Them and the Jets are unbettable. They really are. It's a shame. Just to double check, Jonathan Taylor, 10 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving, leads the league in touchdowns. He has 697 yards on the ground. That leads the league, and he has 131 carries. That is second in the league. Him and Jahmyr
MVP,
Gibbs.
offensive player of the year is loading right now. It's loading.
It's insane. Let's go to the last game in the late window. Denver Broncos hosting the Dallas Cowboys. This might be lock potential. Denver Broncos laying 3.5 here at home, -172 on the money line, +144 for the Broncos. Total is at 50.5. This is a beautiful spot here for the Broncos. They woke up in the fourth quarter and got things going. And I think this defense for Denver will be able to slow down Dak in this offense. I don't trust the Cowboys defense at all. I think Dak's going to have I just think Dak's not going to have time to be sitting in the pocket and really try to pick apart this defense. Now, on the other side, I think Bo Nix will be able to have time because how bad the Denver Cowboys defense is. I think he might be able to pick apart that secondary as well. Sean Payton, I think he should be able to call a good game plan as well. I mean, he needs to. He got cooked on Twitter by Russ. I don't know if you saw that. But oh, man, Russ cooked him on Twitter. Russ usually doesn't tweet. So for him to come out, he cooked him. But I think he should have the Cowboys should be laying the Broncos should be laying more than 3 points at home.
They should.
That's my opinion. I'm gonna take Denver here -3.5.
They should be, Dill. And that's why I'm going on the opposite side. Give me the +3.5 with the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, we did see the Denver Broncos wake up finally in the fourth quarter, Dill. If that's the Cowboys offense, Dill, they can't wake up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to wake up much sooner than that. So I think Dak Prescott leading the NFL in passing yards. He got his weapon back in CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens been playing like a number 1 wide receiver, though. I think this Dallas Cowboys offense is going to be flying high like they've been flying high all season long. Yes, the defense is not very good. But do you trust this Bo Nix in this offense to keep up with that Dallas offense? I'm not sure, Dill. We saw them score 13 points against the Jets. The Jets?
That was in London. It doesn't count.
They scored 13 points against the Jets. They were held scoreless at home through 3 quarters against the G-Men. I'm not saying they're going to be held scoreless against the Cowboys, though, but the offense is a little worrisome. They can't wait till the fourth quarter to turn it all on. Give me the Dallas Cowboys +3.5 on the road.
The pushback I have is when it is on, it's on. And they're able to turn it on in a blink of an eye. They put up 33 unanswered. Yes, granted it was against the Giants, but who has a better defense?
The Giants by a mile.
No, Denver Broncos or the Cowboys?
The Broncos.
Do you trust them to slow down? Now, I'll admit, the Dallas Cowboys offense has been much better than I anticipated coming into the season. Do you think this is a good spot for Denver to slow down this offense at home?
Yes, but has anybody been able to slow them down yet?
Fair point. That's all right. I'm just asking questions.
And let's not forget, they're going to be in elevation. Brandon Arby is going to be good from 60+.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All they got to do is get to the 50. 3 points is on the board.
All right. Let's see how it all plays out. And that leads us to Sunday Night Football at Heinz Field. It will always be Heinz Field. Pittsburgh Steelers, just because I don't know how to pronounce the new name.
I don't even know the new name.
some fucking multi-million-dollar company that
billion.
Billion. Yeah, exactly. Packers on the road against Pittsburgh. Packers laying 3 here on the road, -152 on the money line, +3 for the Steelers, +128. Home dog for Mike Tomlin. Total 45.5. Steelers coming off extended rest. And I asked this question to you earlier. I said, are the Bills a good team? Are the Packers a good team?
Come on,
I know. I truly don't know. I really don't know. You texted me saying, hey, Packers might be fraudulent. You said that.
I tell you what. I'm going to go by what you always tell me. Good teams win. Great team covers. Packers are good. I don't think they're great.
We'll see. I think this week will show us a lot about this Green Bay team. And I think the market is still pricing and favoriting them in the NFC, which I guess my eye test I don't agree with. I love taking Mike Tomlin as a dog. Mike Tomlin as a dog after a loss, 61-46 ATS. He's 25-14 ATS after a loss, and now a dog. And this is the fourth road game in five games for the Packers. I know they had a bye in between that, but tough scheduling spot for the Packers. This is a classic Mike Tomlin coaching up the boys after a tough loss, coming back home. Now they're an underdog. I'm on the Steelers, and Sunday is National Tight Ends Day, and we saw how much the Steelers love tight ends. The Packers ranked 30th in the league in guarding tight ends. Jonnu Smith, Pat Freiermuth, they're going to have field days against this defense. Give me Steelers +3. I think they're live as well.
Still, first of all, I love the energy. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3, 3.5 at home. Coming off extended rest, we know this veteran pesky team needs that extended rest. Tough loss against a division rival against Cincinnati. I think Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers, and company were embarrassed against that loss on Thursday night, Dill. Let's just be honest. On the grand stage, 5.5-point favorite. You could have been cruising right now in the AFC North. Now, you got a little pressure on you. You got a tough loss. Now you got the Green Bay Packers in. Dill, let's just be honest. We like the Packers. We think highly of them. But 3.5 points is just too much. With extended rest, with all the experience, Mike Tomlin, give me the 3.5 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Give me the 3 points, though. Like you said, national tight end, and Washington, fair move. Aaron Rodgers is going to get them involved. Don't get me wrong. I like Jordan Love. It's going to be interesting to see him on the solo stage Sunday night in Pittsburgh. So, tough spot. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5 at home.
All right, kid, that is it. We have that one game in Arrowhead on Monday night. We'll touch on Sunday, but time for our lock, dog, teaser, and prop. We will start with the lock. Kid, I am interested to see where you're going. What do you got?
We just touched on them, Dill. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +3.5, -117 as the lock of the week, Dill. Extended rest. Mike Tomlin at home, coming home from a loss. I think it's just a tough spot for the Green Bay Packers to come in. Let's not forget, they couldn't cover against the Arizona Cardinals. They couldn't cover against the Cincinnati Bengals. Now you expect me to believe they're going to cover on the road in Pittsburgh after extended rest, after a loss? I don't think so. Give me the lock of the week. Give me Mike Tomlin, Aaron Rodgers +3.5 at home.
I love it. You're gonna hate my lock. I'm gonna take the Texans here on the money line -125.
Whoa. Dill, don't do this to yourself.
I trust
How many
CJ
weeks
Stroud.
in a row?
I trust CJ Stroud more than I trust a backup quarterback in Mac Jones. And they're not having a good season, but the market is favoriting them. Why? Market knows something. I'm going to listen to the market. This is a top 5 defense. They forced 3 turnovers. They're going to force some turnovers on Mac Jones. You are moving around way too much. I'm sorry.
My fault.
No, you're good. I just think they're going to throw the kitchen sink. D'Amico Ryan, he knows Kyle Shanahan, and vice versa. They know each other so well. All these coaches, and Robert Saleh as well. So I just think they're going to have a good game plan for them. It is very worrisome in this offense. I'll say that. I'll admit to it. They just got to win. Just win, baby. Give me the Texans on the money line -125. What is your dog?
It's funny how it works this way. I'm going right there. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. I'm getting plus money for a team that's 5-2
with a backup quarterback.
That backup quarterback 4-1?
Yeah, but he's not good.
Is the backup quarterback 4-1?
Yes, but that has nothing to do with him. It has nothing to do with him. It's his team.
Is the team riddled with injuries on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, but it's still a loaded fucking team.
Okay, a loaded team. Thank you. Good team, well-held coach. Once again, Dill, who's the 4-1 quarterback? Mac Jones or CJ Stroud?
Who's won more playoff games? CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud won one playoff game, bro.
But it's the truth.
Who has a better record in 2025? What's
Mac Jones.
okay, and that's the truth. Give me the Mac Jones, the better quarterback this
Oh no,
season.
I disagree.
This season. No, I'm not saying he's the better quarterback. Who's been playing better? One quarterback is 4-1. The other one is 2-4, Dill. Give me San Francisco 49ers. I don't understand why they're a dog. Don't get me wrong. Texans defense could keep them in this game, absolutely. I just don't see CJ Stroud outplaying Mac Jones this Sunday. That's all. I don't see it. Without Nico. We see Mac Jones do it without his star players. We yet to see CJ do it with his star players, though. He did it against the Ravens and the Titans.
So I'm looking at both of their stats. Mac Jones has more passing yards by 100. CJ Stroud has more.
And he's played 2 less games.
CJ Stroud has 3 more touchdowns. They have the same interceptions at 4. And QBR, CJ Stroud is 17th and Mac Jones is 18th. They're the same quarterback. Statistically.
All I'm going to say is good luck.
I'm just saying
Sunday.
you with the number. Yeah, good luck.
Good luck.
For
Dog
my
of the
dog,
week, 49ers, baby.
My dog, I'm going to take the Steelers. Mike, this is a Mike Tomlin spot. I read you all the numbers. 61 and 46 ATS, 25 and 14 after a loss, and then being dogs at home. And I just don't know if the Packers are good. The Steelers coming off an extended rest. And the problem really, and coming into the season, we said this offense has not been the problem for the Steelers at all. It's actually been the defense. Aaron Parton, because Arthur Smith is calling a good game plan. Aaron Rodgers is playing well. I think they're going to move the ball extremely well at home against the Packers. So we'll see. We'll see if the Packers come to play, but I'm going to take the Steelers. Mike, this is a classic Mike Tomlin spot. So yeah, I'll take the Steelers plus 135 as my dog. What is your teaser?
I love the fact that our plays are intertwining. Yeah, it's intertwining. I like that. And then my 3-way teaser, I'm going with a 3-way plus 140, though. I'm going to take the Patriots. Give me my Patriots down to -1. Give me the Eagles to -1.5 as well. And then give me the Chicago Bears, Dale. Give me the Bears to plus 13.5. The Bears have went over their number every game this season. The Ravens, like I said, I got to believe it to see it. They have a bottom 5 defense. I think Caleb Williams in that offense could make stride, could move the ball. Even DeAndre Swift might be able to run the ball in that defense as well. So I think Ben Johnson can have a good game plan. I think 7.5 points is a lot. I'm going to even boost it up to plus 13.5. So that's my 3-way 6-point teaser. I told you earlier the Eagles are not losing 2 in a row to the Giants, so I'll tease them down to 1.5. The Browns are the Browns. They came off a win. The Patriots are one of the hottest teams in the NFL. Winners of 4 straight. I think they'll take care of business. And then, like I said, the Bears to plus 13.5. I think it's going to be – I think the Ravens going to have a tough time covering the 7.5. No way they cover 13.5.
All right, mine, I have a 3-way 6-point teaser as well, plus 140. First one, I'm going to tease the Falcons down from 7.5 to 1.5 against the Dolphins. They stink. Patriots down from 7 to -1 against the Browns. And then the Eagles down from 7 to 1. Just in case Jackson Dart goes crazy and the game gets out of hand, I'll tease them down as well. So very favorable. We're teasing them through key numbers as well. Kid, I got a question here from Rav80 for you. Who to start and flex? Pittman, Dobbs, Jennings, Shepard, Franklin, Amore. It's full PPR, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, and Ricky Pearsall on IR for him.
I will go with either Michael Pittman Jr. or Sterling Shepard just because, all the injuries dealing with Tampa. I think Sterling Shepard is definitely a good option, especially I think he's going to be one of the leading third down options as well for Baker Mayfield. They have a good connection there, but I think it's no doubt Michael Pittman Jr. I understand you got Jonathan Taylor there. I understand the game might get out of hand early.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. The game might get out of hand. They might just run the ball.
Yeah, they might just run the ball and get out of hand early. So I will go between
Shepard.
Yeah, I would go between Shepard or Michael Pittman Jr. Let's not forget, the Saints been competitive majority of the games this season. Wouldn't be surprised in a divisional battle at home. They're competitive once again, and Baker Mayfield has to make some plays and get Shepard involved. So I will go between those two.
Maybe Troy Franklin as well, just because the Cowboys' defense is not good.
And
And
not for nothing, that might be a shootout. I
yeah,
like that one as well. That might. I'll put it like this: out of the two players we just mentioned,
not
the
Jennings.
not Jennings. I think the Cowboys and the Broncos are more chance of being a shootout
Yeah,
than the Colts and
Tennessee.
Tennessee, and then
Green Bay's Romeo Dobbs and Pittsburgh.
see Romeo Dobbs. He could get a touchdown and a
But
couple
that's it.
yards, or he's gonna get 3 balls for 21 yards.
Yeah, I think it's Tampa, because I think Saints might keep it close. So I think Tampa and they have no option outside of Cade Otton, and Emeka Ibuka is going to play, but I would pick either Jennings. No, not Jennings. Sorry, Shepard or Franklin. Those would be the two. Jennings not going to do, because Texans have a really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you go, Rav. All right, kid, that's going to do it for the NFL. What do you got for college, bro? We're in week 9.
Still. You're missing our
the prop. Oh, my prop of the week.
Shout out our sponsors, baby. Shout out us.
Oh, that's on me. Shout out Props.Cash, honestly. It's literally the best way to research player props. That's on me. Elvis and I, yeah, we've been losing, but we've been using it for about 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans that start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now, and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Kid, what is your prop of the week? You're on mute.
I wanted to take this prop last week. I should have, just because Debo ended up being hurt. Give me George Pickens over 53.5 receiving yards. Honestly, let me make sure it's at 53.5. 56.5, I apologize. Over 56.5. He's just been a monster. I think he had 90 yards last week with a tutty. Him and CD, I think with Patrick Surtain, I think he's going to be guarding CD. And I think George Pickens is going to be able to win his matchup on the opposite side more than none. So I think Dak Prescott is going to look more towards him to win his one-on-one matchups more often than CD on Patrick Surtain. So look at George Pickens possibly having a big game. I like the over 56.5 at -114. I think he's went over this number 4 or 5 straight games as well. Now you're muted, kid. Now you're muted.
Wow, we're bouncing back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to a tight end, National Tight Ends Day on Sunday. Give me Pat Freiermuth over 2.5 receptions. You can get that at +115 as well. He just had 5 catches against Cincinnati. You know what the Green Bay Packers rank versus tight ends?
Last.
32nd in the league. This is a perfect matchup here for Pat Freiermuth. We just went to Trey McBride last week, and he torched this defense. He had I think he had 9 catches for 70-something yards, 2 touchdowns. Could be a big game. I might be targeting the wrong one, because we know Arthur Smith loves his tight ends with Jonnu Smith and Pat Freiermuth. But 2.5, he just had 5 last week. Yeah, give me Pat Freiermuth over 2.5 catches.
Like it though. And I also like Saquon over, like I said, 16.5 receiving yards. No AJ Brown. Saquon going against his former team at the link. I think Saquon has a good bounce back game against his former team.
I love it. All right, kid, now we could get to college. Week 9 in college. We have some pretty good games. What are we betting on for this week? What do you got?
Honestly, though, I got a couple plays, so I'll just rattle them off, and then I'll let you take over the helm. First game, Rutgers at Purdue. Shout out the Boilermakers. I'm gonna take the Scarlet Knights. Give me Rutgers minus 120 on the
Wow.
road. I think they take care of business. Next game, Northwestern taking on Nebraska. Shout out Matt Rule. He's coming around on me.
He might
But
leave.
give me Northwestern plus 7.5 on the road. I like Dylan Loyola, but they seem not to cover against these big games, though. I think they might win. I don't think they cover. Give me the plus 7.5 with Northwestern on the road. Next game, Alabama taking on South Carolina. We cashed last week with OU versus South Carolina. I'm gonna face South Carolina again. Give me Alabama. Arguably the hottest team in the nation. Minus 11.5 on the road, though. Alabama, they're striding. They're striding, though. Making their way towards the top. Give me the road tide. Minus 11.5 on the road. I expect a huge victory there. And then my last game, Mizzou on the road taking on Vanderbilt, though. Give me Vanderbilt minus 140 on the money line. Those are my 4 plays for college football. Dabbling in a little more. Glad I was able to bring out 4 plays. Let's hopefully we have a good weekend.
All right, kid. I have a lot as well. Oklahoma, Ole Miss. Tough one. I really wanted to take Ole Miss, but Lane Kiffin might leave. He might take the Florida job. So I'm going to lay it with Oklahoma here at home minus 4. Kansas versus Kansas State. Now, Kansas has lost 17 in a row versus Kansas State. This is their year. Give me the Jayhawks minus 2.5. They are favored. Give me the Jayhawks. I'll take Kansas to finally snap the streak. Yeah, I know you're a Bill Belichick guy. UNC hosting Virginia. Virginia laying 10.5 points. Yeah, give me Belichick. I'll take the plus 10.5 as well. I think this is a really good spot. Missouri, Vanderbilt. Yeah, it's my favorite play this weekend. Give me Vandy minus 2.5. I don't think Missouri's good, and Diego Pavia, he's a fucking dog. I love Diego Pavia. So, yeah, give me Vanderbilt minus 2.5. BYU, Iowa State. BYU coming off the Holy War, beating Utah. Now going on the road. Yeah, I'm fading them. Give me Iowa State minus 2.5 against BYU. And LSU and Texas A&M, really good showdown in Death Valley under the lights. I just think Texas A&M is the better team. I don't like Brian Kelly. I don't think he's a good coach. Don't think he'll be fired, but I do think Texas A&M, they have the best offensive line in the country, in my opinion. I think they're going to be able to run the ball as well. So, yeah, give me Texas A&M minus 2.5. That's all I got, kid. Hey, the World Series is about to start in about 5 minutes. You got Dodgers or you got the Blue Jays? You're on mute.
It's saying it's a delay, Dill. What's going on? They're
Blue Jays.
They're doing the American and Canadian anthem. That's what's going on.
You got to.
Like I said, give me the Blue Jays game 1 plus 130 on the money line. Sad to say, I do believe the Dodgers will win the World Series. I hope I'm wrong. As a baseball fan, I hope I'm wrong, but it'll be nice to see the Blue Jays win. I think they haven't won it since they won back to back in '96 when Joe Carter hit that walk-off home run. What a magical moment! One of the greatest moments in MLB history, if you ask me. So
yeah,
it'll be nice to see the Blue Jays win, but I'm gonna keep it real, people.
Yeah, the Dodgers are winning. We know.
Yeah,
I know. It's unfortunate because I agree. I would want Toronto to win, but the fucking Dodgers are loaded. They really are.
I'm telling you, people, do the play. Toronto's gonna take care of business tonight for the people.
Wow.
And then I hope it don't happen in 5, but Dodgers and 6.
Kid, all I ask outside of fixing the truck or your car this week, just get the dongle, please.
Nah, I got the good piece still. I did not expect the dongle to be missing. I think she chewed the dongle, man.
Yeah, you gotta lock them dogs up. They're going crazy this past week, kid. Any big plans for you this weekend?
Honestly, I'm not doing much. I'm just gonna relax, probably work on the car a little bit, take that next extra step, and then maybe get it towed, which I doubt, because
that costs spread.
No, I gotta get it towed regardless. It's just to be able to finish what I gotta do and get it towed all in the same day. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to do that.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Well, enjoy what you got to do this weekend. Relax, watch some football. Hopefully, we make some money.
And get a dongle.
Yeah, and I was gonna end it with the dongle, but enjoy the games, everyone. Good luck on all your bets, and we will see you guys on Sunday. Peace.